Hello YouTube, C-Dub back here. I want to show you a little bit of a turning project that I did. I've had a few people ask me about turning on the lathe. So I thought I would show the different steps that or segments that you get in a piece of wood as you turn it. I started with a 4x4, I believe it's cedar or redwood. And it's about 21 inches long. And I set it up in my lathe and started turning it. Now this is what the post started out, or the piece of wood started out at, was just a 4-inch by 4-inch piece of wood. I marked the ends for the center, and I put my drive center in there. And then I took, on my table saw, I cut a groove all the way around so that I would have a termination point, a guaranteed termination point for this piece right here. Because I didn't want to go any further, because like I said, this is how the entire piece was. I started out just as a square piece of wood. Then I started to turn, and you can see here that the corners have been knocked off with my chisel. You can see the high point right here, then it goes to where the corners are knocked off, and then there's a flat smooth spot that's the same height as this right here. Let me here get my hand out of the way. And as it became a semicircle, I would continue turning until I got to this point right here where it became a cylinder. Now you can see here that this part here is lower than right here, which is the same as over here, and it's quite a bit of difference right here. Bring it up closer so that you can see the different depths. And you can also see, like right here, where the wood is still rough because I didn't smooth it out all the way, because that it would be smoothing out as I continued to turn it and round it out. And then from there, I cut a little cove, a little bit deeper than right here, just so that I could terminate this piece. So this would be distinguishable in the different steps that happen when you turn wood. Then from here, I went in and I turned what is called a cove. That's this right here. You can see from right here to here how much lower it is. The wood actually has a little coved shape to it. Then I made at the end of the cove here, I turned a bead, which as you can see is higher up than this. It's basically the same size as this, because as I said, I turned the rest of this down to this diameter. And then I separated it just as a termination point so that you can see this separated from the next part that I made, which was the bead, or a bead. And what a bead is just a cove with a part there in the middle, back down into another cove. And then this part is just the end of the wood where I had it set up on my dead center. And as the wood spins, it comes in, and you feed your chisel into it, and you chip away or cut away a little bit of wood until you get it down to your cylinder. And then after you put your cylinder, you get your cylinder, whatever length you want, then you can start making your different cuts in the wood to get what you want. If you remember my candlestick holder that I made, I basically had one big bead, and then the rest of it was ran down. Well, this I just made so I could show the different steps in turning wood, from the original to semi-round, round, just a termination here, into a cove, out of the cove, into a bead, and then just the end that would be taken off if I wasn't going to use it for anything. Now, I honestly had no idea what I was going to do with this piece of wood afterwards, after I had turned it and everything. And I just thought, well, I'll put it in the scrap, and it'll probably go out to a friend's house to their burn pile and go up in their burn pile. But there's a YouTuber that I follow by the name of the Wood Butcher. And he has a saying that, not exactly 100% the way he says it, but wood is a gift. And we need to repurpose it and reuse it the best that we can. So what I've decided to do is I'm going to take and put this back, mount this back up on my lathe, and I'm going to use my parting tool, and I'm going to turn these segments down. I'll have this part here, this bead, and then this one here, and I'm going to use them as toys for a kitten that we recently got. She loves chasing stuff around in the house, batting around and everything to keep herself busy. So I figured instead of wasting the wood, being wood is a precious gift, and when it's gone, it's gone. I can use this for something besides just throwing it on a burn pile somewheres. So I hope you enjoyed this informative video on wood turning, on the different stages of turning wood. I have another project in mind that I'll be showing. It's a completed project, almost completed I should say, and I'll have it up on my next video. Until next time, I wish you all good health. If you liked the video, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel would be nice. And also, please visit a couple of channels that I support. One of them is the Kilted Lope. He's my son. He's away in college in Arizona at Grand Canyon University. He does Bible devotions. He hasn't done a lot of them lately because he's been busy with schoolwork, getting ready to go into midterms. And then also, as I mentioned before, the Wood Butcher. He is the one that kind of gave me the inspiration for the format of my channel, because he builds a project, or he'll show a project in various stages, and then he will show the final project when he's done. And he doesn't show the work being done. And like myself, eventually him and I both will be showing how the projects are done. You'll be seeing a videotape of that, and we'll be talking as we do it. And I just haven't figured out how to be able to do it yet with shooting this video from my camera. So again, I thank you for coming by and checking out my channel, and really appreciate it if you go visit those other two channels. Thank you very much. Have good health, and I'll see you next time.